quite that
grass
boring.
grow.
Or
Yeah.
watching grass grow. I think it's got a little bit more going on than that. But if you can get through that and enjoy the game, then when you actually get the freedom of choosing your bet size, you're definitely going to excel and definitely have no problems. Is there still action in fixed limit? Do you know?
I haven't checked for ages. I recently, we have a new member on Team Online. He's a great guy, Corey Steele is his name, and he plays fixed limit. And he makes a living on fixed limit games, and he says he can still do it. So I think there's something to be said for that. I haven't checked the action. I seem to have been frozen on this whole game. I'll check. And I don't know, but I guess there's still games going. So.
And do you think that to play fixed limit poker, do you have to be more or less resilient to getting rivered?
You have to be super resilient, but that's something that I also learned from fixed limit and helped me in my no limit game, because people always when they watch videos from my YouTube or when they see me take beats live on stream, they always wonder how can you take the beats in such a mild manner and just not be stressed out about it. And I'm I've seen so many things happen in my career. I don't even care anymore. It just honestly doesn't even bother me.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's something that you definitely get used to and fix them very easily and very fast.
Okay, that's good. So anyone out there, if you really want to desensitize yourself to bad beats, fixed limit is a fine place to go. That's good. Very good place for.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just see the virtual bro fist on stream.
It's sick, right? Print screen that shit. Print screen the virtual bro fist. We can always do another one at the end if. Man,
we have some super exclusive content there now. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're trailblazers here. We are changing the game, setting this. Tomorrow, Jamie Staples probably going to be doing a bro fist with set over set poker.
Yeah, you saw it here first, man. You saw it here first.
It was official on both channels at the same time because we got the same delay, right? So we can both take equal credit for the first ever Brofest?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm in for that.
I give you the credit. Okay, so I just gotta play a couple of hands here. But yeah, I was shocked. I was talking to another German the other day.
It's German, yeah.
Who was like a no limit crusher that I used to battle with back in the day. And I found out, he got up to 1K NL, and I found out that he got his start playing not just fixed limit, but play money fixed limit.
Oh, that's even worse, I guess, yeah.
And I was just wow, if you can get through that, no wonder the game is just so solid and just so rooted in fantastic fundamentals. Would you consider yourself more of a math player, a field player? Do you do a lot of the theory? Or how do you like to get an edge on your opponents?
Yeah, I mean, given the history that I have and I studied math as well before I actually got into poker. It's basically I just have a super math based approach, I'd say. Sometimes even too math based, and I just don't rely on feel all that much anymore, and I just go over analyzing, reviewing my own ranges and frequencies and stuff like that. And I still love to put a lot of detail into that, a lot of work into that. But sometimes I feel like the people who actually go with their instincts more in some spots, they will be able to exploit more than I can, because I will be looking for good solutions to spots, solid solutions to spots.
Yeah.
Just going math based more, ignoring the kind of I know this guy's bluffing. So kind of do I have to call? Am I up in my range somewhere that I have to call?
Yeah,
I'm kind of this kind of player. You can say.
Can I justify it with the math? I guess when you're a math player, you don't have the fuck it, I'm just gonna do it because I feel like it. Move in your game. That's not in your tool belt. That's not in your arsenal. Okay.
No. But it should. Well, sometimes it is, and I've posted. I think recently I posted some hands. I usually post some interesting boom links on my Facebook site, and people just enjoy seeing me hero call stuff. And I do that from time to time, but that's just. But that's still there. Still, the math is in there. I'm still counting combos all the time. I'm just looking for the combos. How many combos do I beat, and whatever. Right. So in the end, the math will probably prevail. But I'll still try to at least school my instinct a little bit, so that I don't. I just feel like some people could take advantage of me more often. I think if I listened to that, if I didn't listen to that often.
So it's like the math part of your brain is just so developed that you just can't turn it off when you're playing. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like you're like trying to do your I don't give a fuck. It's like math. You're like okay. I'll listen. I will heed to the request of the mathematical side. I mean, that's a pretty good side to have active. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, it helps you with, and definitely helps with some potential tilt issues. That's for sure. Because if you feel like good about your game in a math from a math standpoint, then you always will feel like you never played in a way that is like minus EV, or you at least try to avoid to play in a way that could be minus EV. So that's something that's really kind of has a little bit of a soothing effect, I'd say, maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
like
even if you lose.
And I guess it's really good because when in doubt, when you want to review a hand, if you know how to use the mathematics of the game, you can really determine whether or not a play was good or bad. Whereas when you're purely a feel player, which we recommend having a mix of both, obviously.
Absolutely.
Oh shit! I just turned a nasty card. This guy's about to get stacked, and Senior Pope's about to get stacking.
I just turned off my box here, so I just stacked up in your home game as well 2 times now, 13K.
Oh, nice! You're getting stacking too. I'm gonna give a little fucking emoji hype for that.
Look at that! We're up in the top. We're right below each other. You're a chip leader, and I'm second right now. That's pretty cool.
That's what's up. Is this in the warm up?
In the warm up, yeah.
Oh yeah, some guy just fucking dumped me all the money with the overpair early on. I don't know what they were thinking. I always have it. But anyway, what we were talking about the math is if you understand the math of the game, the good thing about that is when you're reviewing your session, you can actually evaluate whether or not you made a good play. When you don't have that toolbox in your arsenal, it's hard to really analyze your play and know whether or not you did something good. It's a lot harder to not be results oriented when you aren't, using the whole big picture thing. Now, do you have any? I know you have some videos and like a guide. Do you have any stuff that breaks down the math?
I started doing that as well. So first of all, like most of the stuff that I put up on my site is usually just focusing on microstake strategy. Okay. And that is not very math based most of the time. So it's rather like, giving you some good guidelines on how to beat players who just pretty much play their own cards and just don't really care about much else apart from their own cards.
How to gut the fish.
But
just how to gut the fish, just like
pretty much, yeah, you could say that. But also, there's also some a little bit advanced stuff, and I started putting up more advanced stuff. I put up like a video showing how to use Flopzilla to break down ranges and to really, calculate your equity versus certain ranges and modify ranges and check out how you're performing against continuing ranges on turns and rivers, and then how often you need to defend against some raises or 3-bets or river shoves or river bluffs or whatever. So it's stuff that I started, but most of the stuff still is really focusing on the basics to start when you want to start building up a bankroll from scratch, because that's what I really was interested in the first place, and that's what got me started in poker too. So it's kind of like something that still makes me really kind of, I wouldn't say proud, but it's like, I don't know, it's just something that you feel good about in your past. You started with like $50 in the past, and you started with that small bankroll, and you want to tell people or you want to share that with other people. So I really, that was the idea behind it, pretty much.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge feeling of achievement to be able to take something small and to grow it into something big. And yeah, to be able to arm people with the tools to go through the same process is fantastic. And I think that the mathematical approach is awesome. And I love that you touched on Flopzilla. We just introduced Flopzilla to the Grip store like 2 weeks ago, but people are like, they see it and they're like, how do I use it? And it's like, well, we got someone who can help them with using that. So
that's really nice. Flopzilla is a great tool for sure.
That's quite cool. So we got a pot going on, eh? You gonna hit me with the 3?
Yeah.
All right,
here we go.
You should have a pretty strong range here, 3-betting from the small blind against my middle position open.
Yeah, that's what I'm repping for sure.
Okay.
So let's see what happens here.
Are we range versus ranging or just hand versus handing? I only know how to play my hand.
I'm range versus range.
Okay, so I'll play my hand versus hand, and you play your range versus range, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, that's good. You play feel, I play math. Okay, that's good. I like that idea. Alright, so what do you have here? Okay, so you call flop.
Break it down. Break it down for the viewers. Let's hear them skills.
I think I'm going to bet this turn.
So you're laying yourself like 3-1 on your money if I call. Okay. I gotta be careful with that time bank. I burned it all.
Yeah.
I burned it all folding a full house before the stream started.
I think. This is tricky. I think I'm gonna go all in.
Did you hit the river?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm calling you regardless. But if you did not hit the river, you lose.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I win.
Yes. Oh boy, what a cooler.
you play your ranges, I'll just play the nuts.
That's a pretty sweet, that was a very, very sweet hand. Nice hand, buddy. I mean, yeah, honestly, I think I should actually check the turn if I just played my range. Because I think on the turn I give up with a lot of my my bluffs. But I don't have that many bluffs in that spot anyway, so that was kind of the only hand, one of the few hands, I guess.
I think the way I would look at it, if I was breaking it down from your shoes, is that I probably don't float the flop too much. And if I do, I'm probably going to wait till the river to take my stab. Like, I'll probably check back. So I don't think you would induce too much value by checking the turn. And I think if you're going to get value, it's because I have an ace. And if I have an ace, I'm probably not going to fold it ever. So you might as well go for all 3 streets instead of just 2 when you got a hand that strong.
That's kind of the that was my shot at trying to get into your feel-based approach. But yeah, in the end, you just had the nuts because you were telling me you have it all the time. People are just trying to, in your home games, I guess people are trying to bluff you as well, right?
Yeah, when I put the money in, I got the best hand, or at least I have a boatload of equity, so I can always get there.
Well, it's either way. It's a free roll. If you tell people you have the nuts every single time, they will think of that the next time you actually show up with them.
Yeah, and if you tell them you have the nuts every single time, and then they call you, they're gonna feel like an idiot every time that you do have the nuts, and then they're gonna be like, "I'm just gonna stop calling."
He told us.
It's embarrassing.
That's a good thing. It's the same thing as if you say to someone after he folds, "Good fold." It's kind of the same thing, right? It's a free roll. You're just free rolling people.
Yeah, very true. So I'm looking through the site. I see you also make videos in German as well as English?
Yeah, that's right. I initially started out as a German poker trainer and poker coach on Untitled Poker, as I told you earlier when we talked.
Yeah.
The PokerStars Poker School.
Okay.
And there's lots of German followers. So I started making German videos, and we also used to have a site, a German exclusive site, because there weren't many German poker training sites around back like in 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
And in 2010 we started like with a buddy of mine who plays full ring cash games. He's a quite successful full ring cash game player in Germany.
Okay.
We set up a little training site just with German videos because there were just so many English-speaking training sites all over the place. You could subscribe to. But none of them really had like German material, and there were like a lot of German followers who just were interested in German content. So when I got into my Grinding It Up project now,